singayibona ipurnaga yekhethu ivunule isikhethu iphethe umkhondo ijame esiqongolweni sendaba ayilali na.
What made you even begin to say, listen, I'm going to become a cultural preservationist?
Not just Ndebele is scarce those days.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Since I have an opportunity to have access to I might as well take the information.
But now, started this thing, you can see, okay, there's money to be made here. If you don't mind me asking, so what has been the biggest check you got from YouTube?
From YouTube.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Pat and Friends podcast with Pat and
Mpumi. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to, I don't even know, the fourth episode or third episode of the year.
I don't know, but you're on episode 51.
There we go.
Episode 51. When we get to 100, it's going to be a party.
Indeed, it really will.
Yeah, we're going to bring all our guests to party with us.
Yeah.
All previous guests.
Excited, man. Skip us this figure episode 100.
But also don't forget to subscribe. We're sitting now currently on 400 subscribers.
That's great.
Which really puts us, sort of.
So road to 1,000.
Yeah, road to 1,000.
That's actually what it is.
And she's on road to 90,000.
Yay! Our strengths are different.
Yeah, our strengths are different. And we're very much honored to have our guest whom we'll be introducing shortly.
But otherwise?
Yeah, how have you been?
I've been well. It's been, at home we say it's been a long year. It really has been, even though it's been like 3
You lie.
weeks. But it's been good. Hitting the ground running, doing what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yourself?
Look, we are swimming against the tide.
That was your opening statement at this morning's meeting.
Yeah, indeed it is. Sometimes you gotta say it like it is, but we'll come out alive and strong.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
Okay.
But other than that, we're good. Family is good.
That's
so
good.
We good.
That is good. How are you guys at home? Hope you guys are well, having a good start to the year.
Yes.
And today's conversation is around something that I think as young people, or we're speaking to somebody who really is talking about something that as young people we either ignorant about, or it's not something we've looked into, or nonchalant,
we don't care,
or we've
like,
forgotten.
or
also because I think how we've been raised, is that especially with the Model C coming into play, that we've forgotten our culture.
Absolutely.
So
and it's not Heritage Month yet. Because I think this is an important conversation that we should be having throughout the year or the years as we go along, because we shouldn't save it for the 24th of September. And say, hey, I'm a cuckoo. Why are we no longer heritage? Young people are not speaking their mother tongues. Young people, are not interested in cultural stuff. And I think here's someone who's found a way, to embrace the digital space and also embrace culture and build a brand in the process. Yeah. And I'm very excited about this conversation. The first time I met her, it was a very interesting, setting.
Okay, tell us more.
Actually, it was a heritage setting. But it happens that we're in the same space before. But she was just too shy to come say hi, Pat.
Because she knew you, right?
Knew what?
Knew you as Pat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let's give a warm welcome to Audrey Kozwana. Uchali lama?
Ngingimasinda kula kokhachiwe mina basikhosana bayahluka.
Yeah. Khawuzitsho man, khawuzitsho. Ngiyazi umuntu akacetha mara. Khawuzitsho dade.
Ke thukadlomo ngasayo kuphalalelwa. Uyaphalalelwa ngabana amahlelo. Kutsanga ngofuna amazibuko kosola ngakumhla kwelikomo kwawela amadoda. Kumhlaba komo balala bangakasengwa. Kumhla amadoda hingavalikana. Kumhlaba abafazi hingama qhakazana abakhala
abaqedwa. Look,
talk about identity.
Yeah.
Yo.
goosebumps material, yeah? Look at now.
Oh, now I'm just such.
I bet. Audrey Kozwana, welcome once again. For those that do not know who you are,
who's Audrey?
Who's Audrey? Where you from? And how did you get into? Yeah, how did you get to where you are? Well, we know you now. We invite you to our podcast.
Yeah, njengokuchile ngingu Audrey Kozwana. Navane ngizithula ngithi ngingu AK Audrey Kozwana ngokuzwana. I call myself the queen of embracing culture and diversity with pride. I'm a culture preservationist, a social media influencer in the space of culture, trying to showcase what I do. Trying to embrace myself in the digital spaces, and I'm a culture YouTuber with an accumulation of millions of views. I'm a poet. I'm an art practitioner because now I've ventured into initiating art projects, especially in the rural cities as part of art development. So,
wow! Yeah. And where did you grow up?
Ngikhulele KwaMhlanga, ekhaya KwaMhlanga eLithuli. KwaMhlanga ngelithuli.
Where's ngelithuli?
Nangathi uyeFalbanka via ngikhulele lapho vele. Fike ngina 5 thought bengaqeda matric, and then I moved this side.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And what made you want to come to Joburg? Because obviously were you looking for gold?
Or what?
Have you seen it?
Speaking as bengingafuna ukuze Joburg. I remember I did my first year at KZN, like 2018, and then I came back. I was like, I feel like here I'm gonna lose myself because one thing, trying to thrive in a different province whereby they don't speak Ndebele. I was like, really? And I had to come back to Pretoria. Then I moved to Unisa like part-time so that I can.
What were you studying in KZN?
I was housing.
Housing?
You are like so vast.
Yeah, like zange apply anyway. So I was like, you know what? I wanted to go to KZN, so I took course ngithola ngobuduze.
So whatever was there,
and available.
Like, yeah. Who paid for your fees? I mean,
zange ngiqede ne first semester. I was like, let me. Yeah, and there was still an opportunity to work on my matric results so that I can qualify for accounting science full time. And then I was like, you know what? Let me attempt to upgrade, and I did that. Hence, the following year, I started doing accounting science. It's just that now basically full time or part time. I was like, no, part time would do so that I can be able to push my thing. Because one thing about full time, I feel like I can't focus on anyone. So it's
just a creative person, ideas, running in your head, and you just wanna act on them.
Yeah,
sure. Wow. That is really powerful. I mean, now, how do you even become this cultural individual? I mean, and for you to actually be so resolute to say, I'm leaving KZN to go back home because I'm going to lose myself. I think that's something really resolute and quite defining. How have you become this youthful individual who is still preserving their culture?
Well, it started off with poetry. Our teacher back in primary, they used to give me poems. Satellites Mandela Day, recite. I mean, practice, you are going to recite. And I'll practice. Not knowing why did they choose me. Only to find out they saw potential in me. Unfortunately, when I got to high school, art was not prioritized exactly. But I continued searching for opportunities that will make me to practice this more. That's when I came across Indoni. And then that's where it all started.
So, I mean...
Mpumi. Going back to 2018, that's when you were doing your first year.
Yeah.
But that's also the same year you won.
I won in 2017.
Oh, you won it before you went to KZN?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So now
I was still in matric when
You're still in matric when you won. Yeah. Oh, so that's why you wanted to go back to KZN because it's so much fun during the
pageant.
Yeah. You were like, okay, this is the place to be, and you went back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, I mean, for those that don't know, we have here the 2017-2018 Miss Indoni. Is it Indoni Miss Cultural South Africa?
Yes.
And what is that about?
It's cultural pageant, but they don't necessarily focus on beauty. They focus on how are you presenting your culture? How are you embracing your culture? Sifuna ukubona ukuthi imvunulo yakho uyayazi imvunulo imbathako na, ilimi lakho uyalazi na, uyawazi amakhosi angekhenu, ezinye imbongo zabo zonke, like bafuna ukubona ubuwena, and ukuthi how are you showcasing your identity in front of 12 different kingdoms.
Sure.
And I mean, sorry, at that age, I mean, usually I think awards have almost a sense of what have you done. You are 18-ish at that time, 17, 18-ish.
Yeah.
What had you done, more than just the poetry that really says, this is me really going on and I'm exploring this and showing people my culture. Because it's one thing, I think, just to say, I mean, he's Ndebele, I'm Xhosa, we're speaking the language here, but it's not almost an intent thing of saying, this is the culture and this is what it's about,
Yeah, well, another thing, Gucci, Indoni, I told me on a national scale, you start provincially.
Okay.
You have to compete with your fellow brothers and sisters so that they can pick the one
best of the
exactly
best.
Who can go represent Ndebele. So itomekaya, 2016 ngathi princess.
Okay.
And I didn't know there was a competition. I just went to camp so that I can get more information about Ndebele, only to find out there's a competition.
Yeah.
I gave it a try, and I was position number 2. The following year I was like, I'm going back. I'm chasing one, and not just one provincially, but one also at the top.
Sure.
Yeah.
So at home, have you always been like practicing culture? Is it a thing that was sort of instilled in you when you were young?
Ndebele, umango KwaMhlanga.
Oh.
Kwasikhosana.
Yeah.
And ngikhulele ekhaya nokuthi sathina sidichileko siqoqele ingane kwani.
Yeah.
Basukela kusesenjalo ilimi lesindebele lila ekhaya. So for me bengathi
you're not trying hard.
Exactly. As you uphuma kwami kuya ngaphandle, I'm just chasing bigger opportunities because ngiyabona into ukuthi nangayifukamela ngikhaya angeke ngise ndawo ifuna ngathi ngingathatha ulwazi ngilithola ngikhaya ngiyolihlanganisa nale ngilithola ngaphandle and just run with it.
Sure. I think we're gonna need some translation.
I'm gonna say, because like I'm looking at these lips, I'm trying to make sense of in Afrikaans.
In
Afrikaans,
to harbor it.
In Afrikaans, we used to have this thing, and for those maybe, I'm sure you guys did it. It says begripstoets, and every time you find a question, you'd find that word in the paragraph and just copy the whole paragraph and answer that question. You were like, listen, I'm answered.
You did Bantu education.
No.
You didn't even know what they were asking you.
But you just put there, you answer and you move. But sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we have, like I said, somebody who has, like you say, it's who you are and you're just now presenting. But now you move and you create a brand. Where do you start? What do you do? I mean, we've seen your YouTube videos. Yeah. And of that, I think there's one where you've created almost a trilogy of explaining, garments that you're wearing in Ndebele. You're explaining the culture. What made you even begin to say, listen, I'm going to become a cultural preservationist? There
are books.
Yeah.
And this Ndebele is scarce those days.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Since I have an opportunity to have access to I might as well take the information and take it to exactly. And that's another way of me trying to preserving because these days it's so rare.
You're not writing.
And also,
okay.
You can't give a kid who's a Model C kid a book she won't understand because I got sends this Ndebele schooling. So I was like, you know what? Let me just opt for the digital space because that's where everyone is. If you are trying to understand, okay, cultural day. Let me just go to Audrey's channel and see and you will see like an image, not just words. You'll say, okay, I need to search for this so that heritage.
Yeah. So obviously, what you're saying is that even though clothes may be cultural or may be seen as cultural, but they're not suitable for every person. So as a young girl, you dress in a particular way.
Yeah.
As a teenager or as a woman who's becoming of age, you dress in a particular way. As a married woman.
The elderly. Sure.
So, and that's what you are sort of
sharing.
Breaking down. Yeah. So now you win this. Let's go back to Miss Indoni, this cultural. You win it. How does it now make a difference in your journey?
Well, for me, bengifuna ukuwina. And I knew that more opportunities are gonna open up for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be exposed like in different kind of ways. It wasn't just about the crown for me, because obviously there are prizes.
Do they give you a crown like they do with? Because you don't wear bikinis and all these other things.
It's not a crown like Miss Essays.
Yeah.
It's a crown, it's a beaded one.
Oh.
Yeah, you put it on the neck, and also Indonga that it has a map of Africa.
Yeah.
So that's the crown, and also there are prizes like got a basari. But to me, the focus wasn't on that. It was on the opportunities that come afterwards. Hence, till this day, I always say I'm still relevant. Now, miss after when, but we feel like when you keep on reminding us every month, every year. No, I'm the one who won. I'm still here.
Happening?
It's still happening.
Wow.
All right, cool. So, I mean, you've spoken about, how these awards, your main aim was, it's all great and well, the verses, but it was for exposure. And now we've seen this, we've been exposed to this brand. And maybe I now want to touch on your YouTube career. Now that we are known for YouTubers, apparently there are stats, and I don't know, but we'll find them and actually we'll put them in the description, where, actually being a YouTuber is a career now.
Absolutely.
You can actually say
full-time job.
It's a full-time job, It's not a bengiti after hours, I'm talking to my community. But now you have now taken, the cultural preservation to an online platform where people can actually see. I mean, I've watched your 3-part story. And of that, there's one that really is a hit. It's a hit, But how do you become now this YouTuber, and what makes you? I mean, now we've seen you going into vlogging, and really, like you were saying offline, is that you're a multi-disciplined individual. It's not just limited to this culture preservationist. But there's a kid out there who's like, how do I start? What do I do? And how did you start?
Well, how I started, I created a YouTube channel not knowing that when you post videos, they're gonna
people watch.
Exactly.
Is it?
Yeah, that was back in 2017, if not 18.
Yeah.
And I would come back every month, post a video, upload a video, a cultural video.
Yeah.
So what did you think you were doing? You were just obviously
a place to house content.
Archiving your content,
archiving content.
or
Exactly.
storage.
I thought, you see how Google Drive works?
Yeah.
I thought I was doing that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sure.
Only to find out when I come back, there are views.
Yeah.
Okay, there are comments. What's happening here? I was like, okay. Now I started understanding. Then I posted more. But I didn't know anything about YouTube things, like monetization and whatsoever.
Yeah.
I only started paying attention to that. Naseling Bona. That was recently, I think 3 years ago.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
So now, wait, for those years, you've been getting these views and you're not aware, it's okay, there's money here.
Yeah.
Did YouTube back pay you, or it just paid you from the moment you became wiser and you started claiming, or you opened an AdSense account?
Yeah. I only got monetized not selling bon, honestly. Because you will get more subscribers, ne? But if you don't post regularly, obviously the watch hours are not gonna reach the target that YouTube wants, so that you can start getting paid. So before I started taking content serious at YouTube, I think it kept on growing. I was on 60,000 subscribers, just like that, not posting. There was a point in time I would post 2 videos or 1 video a year, but subscribers keep on going up, and people are like, hey, when you have a YouTube channel and it keeps on growing and you're sleeping, and I'm like, I don't even know how to do it.
Sure.
And maybe then, now that, I mean, this is mind-boggling, because I think we've known that if you want to be on YouTube, be consistent, continuous to grow your audience and followers. And I mean, this is over a span, like you say, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, almost about 7 years this year. We're going for 7 years. And now you're building this following. And where are they from? I mean, and maybe just to add on to that cultural preservation, because I'm thinking to myself, if 60,000, like you say, people are following and it's just 1 content per year, why? Where are they from?
Who are these people?
Who are these people?
Do you know?
When checking my analytics, it's so sad because SA is not even in the top
I can
20 countries that
You
get
lie.
to watch my
Top
videos.
20, not even top 20.
20. I think there are 35 if I'm not mistaken. The last time I checked.
And number 1?
Number one has to be India, I think.
India!
Wow.
So, content that most of the time, ibukela abantu bangaphandle, yabo.
Wow.
And
so they have this fascination with this
African
Ndebele girl.
They do. Hence, even watch a culture documentary video or something. Just go to the comments and you will see that it's not people that know or that understand.
That.
Exactly.
It's not Ndebele following this.
Wow.
It's always people that like they want to hear, they want to see. Okay, why is
yeah. And you know, funny. So I mean, I clicked onto one of the videos, and I know what is it? YouTube kind of gave me a blurb to say this is a bit of a sensitive content that you're about to view. How have you found, modernization and culture preservation, especially I think in African culture, we're known to be exposed. I mean, for lack of better words, it would be called nudity, but that's who we are, It's not actually nude. It is what we are in terms of Africans. But how have you sometimes found yourself some content being blocked? Yeah?
I think during Indoni days, 2017, you like post a picture on Facebook.
Yeah.
Klar, you're getting suspended for like 30 days. Like, okay.
Oh, you've been Sure.
So, and that's when I started like moving, now focusing on Twitter, because Twitter, they didn't
Twitter, Twitter, X is like now Pornhub.
Yeah, now
it's insane. Like, yo.
Now it's
after Twitter, I was like, you know what? Let me invest into this YouTube thing. Come I tell you, there are terms and conditions, obviously, to every platform. So imagine my 11 million views on a video. The video is not fully monetized because not ads can be able to play because brands are so picky. But you are still able to make money out of it because it counts. Exactly. Yeah. So at some point, it's a matter of just investing in educating yourself about something so that you pick the right niche. Then you'll be able to make money 100% without any strikes telling you that hide. You understand? Because you know how you get your views. So you
must give people what they want.
I think, and maybe whilst we're still there, I mean, we know that we have a high unemployment rate. I think we've always spoken about there's always intellect, there's content. Like you say, you found your niche in terms of finding content. Maybe if you can give us just an idea in terms of where can somebody start when they say, listen, I want to be a YouTuber, and then we'll go into then the tips of what makes a good YouTuber. But, when you start, what do you do? Yes, you open an account, but what's the type of content? Do you really sit down and review yourself? I mean, we hear yours was almost just a post of content by chance, but now that you retrospectively look, what do we do? Where do I go?
It's a matter of sitting down and planning, honestly. Starting a YouTube channel, like a business plan back in the days, you have documenting explaining what you'll be doing in your business. So it's a matter of that, but you are treating it differently because you have to choose. There are lots of niches here. There are lots of fields.
Sure.
Where do you see yourself fit? Choose that and then start being creative.
Sure.
Intro, okay, fine. I've opened a YouTube channel. Now there are plenty of contents. YouTube channel, you do a tutorial, you go to YouTube. I mean, you go to TikTok, drop a snippet
from there.
You post it like and you know one thing about TikTok.
It blows out.
Just like that.
Sure. But now you started this thing. You can see, okay, there's money to be made here. If you don't mind me asking. So what has been the biggest check you got from YouTube?
From YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay, well, tell us offline.
Maybe someone will be inspired. Someone is watching this right now and because I'll tell you what. So there's a video actually. Someone explaining actually how much. What's his name? Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
That
made on the Cat Williams video.
Yeah, that Cat Williams
podcast video.
Podcast.
Podcast.
I mean, I think there's about 24 clips that came out of that one podcast, and all of them are in the millions of views. So the main one is calculating something like $750,000. And I think at the time they're sitting at about 40 million views.
Sure.
And now the numbers keep on
adding
and going. Now he sliced it, and that's one video.
Yeah.
So now multiply by 24.
Yeah.
So now you've got like 25 videos from the same piece of content.
Yeah, it's sitting at 54 million.
Now it's sitting on 54 million.
Yeah.
They call it, I think, an RPM because they say they pay you per 1,000 views.
1,000 views.
Yeah.
Yeah, for per 1,000 is what, $10 or $1? Yeah. So, but
You can imagine.
it's tons of money. So bringing it home, because then.
I think maybe without going into a personal space, I think.
Yeah. Okay, a range, just a range, say between,
It's also dependent on the content. Educational content has higher coins. If you educate, just know you're at the top when it comes to YouTube checklist.
I must start a YouTube.
And I mean, maybe those are the tips that I'm referring to more than just about the money. Because I mean, you can't even go to YouTube. Some people explain it. You do the RMPs. You can almost.
We have one here.
But I also don't want to go into her personal affairs,
But Agisho, it's the highest. It's just to inspire people that are not sure about this thing and that actually can make a living out of it.
Well,
also again, back to your point, Mpumi, that we usually talk about when it comes to these kinds of things, we always reference people from outside of South Africa. We don't share this information. We don't talk about. No, man.
When you went to lifestyle content, we are in the 50K ngenyanga. Depending on your watch hours, let's say you are hitting 500,000 watch hours a month in 30 days. Your check can be around about 50,000 a month. We're looking at 100,000.
I don't even make that much money yet. I run three businesses.
Okay, Audrey. This is why.
Just 100K
I was gonna be stressed now.
Are you serious?
For real. Lifestyle, just lifestyle, G. Sharing what you do.
Like a vlog.
Exactly. Minimum.
That's more than people wake up every day in the morning.
When you are not consistent in uploading, just know for the next 30 days, if you haven't uploaded anything, you will be getting half of what you got last month because your videos keep on circulating on YouTube. And when you like...
Wow.
So YouTube is a gift that keeps on giving.
I mean, like you say, there is one of your videos that is quite in the millions from a views perspective. So you're still enjoying the royalties, basically.
On a weekly basis, when I check my week analytics, it's always episode 2, most video that is watched.
Yeah.
And now, it dropped because on a weekly basis, I get, I think 150,000 views on that video on a weekly basis. So,
So you have to ride the wave then. You have to... Are you not maybe repurposing the content, doing a remake, promoting it on other
platforms? It's pushing itself, The moment you like, the moment all of you in the office, you like, it's next door.
Okay.
You understand? You share.
So you don't need... Because, the IP...
But there must be a way to...
The algorithms are there.
Exactly.
Sure.
But I'm pretty sure there must be also ways to milk it more.
I'm sure there is, but
there is. No, there is. I can remember there are people who still the video reposted on their channels thinking they'll make money out of it, but you claim a
tell
copyright.
Us more about, originality. We also see with DJs, for example. The assumption is maybe if I put together music that has already been created, where does that authenticity, like you say, copyright come in to say, okay, cool. YouTube is like, nope.
It works like the music industry, honestly. Okay. It's my video. If you're gonna download it and repost it on your channel, I'm gonna check on the copyright. I'm gonna check who reposted and it will share. Okay, maybe you took 30 seconds on your video. I'm gonna claim that 30 seconds and say whatever ad that plays in that 30 seconds, may I have my coins? That's just it.
Sure. And wait, let's go back.
No, we are flabbergasted.
Yeah, no, we are learning a lot.
Us ourselves now.
Yeah.
Please, now we need to make money here.
We are doing it. We're posting every week, but so this knowledge that you have, right, about how YouTube works. did you attend some sort of a workshop? Did you someone said you can make money out of this, right? Then did you just, is it all self-taught or how do you?
Self-taught, honestly.
Is it?
Yeah, I never attended any workshop. It's only now that I got to be shortlisted as part of YouTube Made For You Shorts. And they're just, I feel like they're teaching me everything that I know. It's just that in the shorts world, because now shorts are also monetized. So I just wanted to learn more about shorts.
Tabang,
so that I
we
can
need
be
more
able
shorts. Tabang, more shorts. We can't miss this one. We can't miss.
We need to monetize.
So like YouTube is like any platform. Remember Facebook back in the days. The
But
display
Facebook is
of
stingy. Facebook doesn't pay anyone.
it does now.
Really? Tell us more. Tell us more.
Facebook is monetized now. What you can do if you're having a personal account, you can change it into a professional account, and then you become part of Meta member, whereby you are able to post reels and longer videos and enable your ads. It's also like YouTube. You must be careful when it comes to using other people's music. So if you are teaching people on how to get monetized about YouTube, just make sure you don't play anything that belongs to someone. And then you post a lengthy video, you turn on your ads, you'd see kunama ad la papa when you're watching someone's video. Those are coins. You're getting your invoice on a monthly basis from Meta. They pay you. Then you relax.
And I'm a coins. I didn't relax.
And you relax.
So now, obviously, as a cultural, I struggle with this word.
Preservationist. Just say cultural and I'll finish it off.
Yeah, cultural.
Preservationist.
Yeah. So is that now all you do? Is that how you get?
How you living?
Yeah.
For more income.
Yes.
Yeah, for now, I would say that's like the main source of income. But other than that, like I said, I'm trying to venture into the lifestyle vlogging thingy. Trying to be also a fashion influencer, because I've been in the fashion world. It's just that I've been merging fashion with culture. So now I just want to be versatile, be able to style something without incorporating it with a traditional piece, so that I can attract more brands, and then I will start growing in different places. Because
So you haven't gotten money from like brand endorsement whereby
no, not yet.
Comes to you and say, look, talk about us. And so you've just been living nicely
on your own UGC.
Wow.
User-generated content that is not sponsored.
You just have to think on your feet.
Sure.
Be quick.
Yeah.
But also, what has been obviously it's not, again, on the other hand, not as rosy as it may seem, that obviously you're getting your coins every month. But what has been other challenges as a content creator that you faced? Are you deterred by the negative comments that you get on? Do you get negative comments? Do people insult you? Do they say this is barbaric?
Yeah. No, I did, and I've overcome that phase. That was back in 2017 when I was out there with Indoni, and people were criticizing me and whatsoever. So I had to like quickly deal with it, get done with it, and move on, and be able to just focus.
Yeah.
I've got negative comments a lot.
Yeah.
But it never zanging shake. Nothing. Anas good thing in Padilin. Just sit back and relax.
I'll give you more.
Yeah. Okay, is that the only thing, like negative comments?
Yeah, those are the only negative comments that I ever got.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is that the only thing that you saw as a challenge in your journey?
Yes.
But some hit, they sting.
No, they did. As young as I was,
yeah.
But by the look of things, I feel like they were supposed to like him, but they didn't, because I knew the bigger picture. Let me 5 and let me ignore them so that I can strive and get there.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what I love about you is your resolution. I think it comes out in you leaving KZN, going back home. It's in you winning. It's just about that's where I need to go. Yeah, that's where I want to go. And I can see local, but you're just wearing blinkers to get there, which is such a powerful characteristic to have. And it's a strong backbone. I think that's one thing that has come out of who this beautiful Audrey is.
Yeah.
But I mean, now we've spoken about this cultural preservationist. We've spoken about this YouTuber. We identified that you can make 50,000. Just relax and make 50,000 after a video. But I think maybe to wrap up the conversation is in building this brand, who is Audrey? I know we said fashion, but where is this brand Audrey going? Level 10 going up.
Well, honestly, I'm one of the good days I would like to retire and just enjoy my coins from creating content.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Retire.
I'm now like the creative that creates and just be out there sharing information because come I tell you, I feel like I'm well equipped when it comes to information and I know that a number of audience out there that is lazy to research. So I'm effort
opinion leader.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just dishing out information, obviously, at a rate.
Yeah.
I mean, you will get there. I think it's only a matter of time. But also, I think 23, girl, you still have a long way to go.
No, but that's...
You still need to get to 1 million subscribers, by the way. Is that a challenge?
No, it's not a challenge. It's a matter of getting the right resources, honestly, because at this point, there are lots of channels that have high number of subscription. It's just that they don't not even know what to get. They know what to use, what to get in order to reach a certain point. At this point, I have plenty of content to explore. It's just the lack of resources.
Yeah.
And if I want to... Exactly. I totally access to Labo. I'm telling you, 2 years, less than that, 1 million can be hit with the type of content that I have because algorithm.
Wow. It agrees with
but also, outside of the obviously, the resources that you need to build this thing and really grow it exponentially. What is your wish, like, in terms of, as young people are concerned, in this country that we live in right now? Like you said, and you have to make a plan. Like, what is your assessment from where you're sitting as someone who's in the cultural space, someone who's creating content? Like, what is your observation of the country as it is, as far as young people are concerned?
Well, Ngitin, I don't know how to approach that question. In this industry, right now, I'm really trying by all means to ensure that it gets to be treated like a TV show that keeps on coming back, and it keeps on growing. The team keeps on getting bigger. Sense we are documenting a documentary out there. There's a researcher that's like opening up the industry, honestly. Because ngaphandle kwalokho yini enye ezokwenzeka ngoba siyabona ukuthi imbereko kuyehla percentage iloku yehla ayenzeki. We might as well just try to initiate something that will grow so that everyone can be accommodated. Everyone that is unable to initiate something of their own. I just want to see myself there.
Sure.
Pulling abangani bami izani akunambereko ngisho you're researching, you did anthropology school, okay, fine, now nasispan, let's work, but in my field, something like that I enjoy.
Wow. Sure. So you are saying you need to get to a point where you're building an entire sort of economy or ecosystem whereby you can say, oh, Tabang, you do videography, you do pictures, I'm the brand, I know the formula, let's
work together.
Yeah, because it's said, not to Yagala, most of the African cultural stories are being told by people who never grew up in Africa. Mundu suga New York, stories. So, and also I don't like that. I want to tell my own story. Angifuna ukuzofika umuntu aphuma phetsheya nama-camera amakhulu la ne-quality strong, then azofuna ukuxoxisa thina simtshela story so that athathe i-content yethu and do something else. That's what I picked up. And also I saw a gap in that. Hence I was like, you know what, before kwenzeka something umuntu afika azofuna tell a story about our Ndebele culture, I might as well just proceed and go to the digital spaces and tell our own story before someone else does.
So say for example now BBC Africa
comes and wants to do
a special with Audrey Kozwana and say, look, as BBC headquartered in London, UK, we're going to give you a global reach and global platform. And look, we don't have a budget for you, but we're going to give you exposure.
As long as the royalties are mine, because the concept is mine, honestly. It's a matter of knowing your business and know how to negotiate on it. Ungafi exposure and then all of a sudden now also your camp. You understand? Because just check exposure. You understand? If it comes with the bag, then go with it. But
you are unemployable.
I am.
So no one can employ you.
No,
so you can't get a job.
No, but now I'm pitching something that I haven't done. I've done it. I saw potential. It works. You understand? So we must come on a 50-50 basis or 60-40 basis because it.
You know, there's a whole thing around young people not being interested in basiko and culture. You know, some see it as not so cool, to be speaking your language or your mother tongue fluently.
Yeah.
And there are some people who are going to be watching this, but they're like, or, because you're speaking vernac but you're speaking it with so much pride. Where do you think we are losing it with the young ones, and why are we not garnering interest in cultural stuff?
There are plenty of options now to choose from. Like you just wake up and decide with I want to be this person. Yeah. So back in the days, you had no options but to embrace yourself every day, everywhere you go. Whatever you dress would complement who you are or what you are living. So now we are living in a modernized world whereby umuntu can decide, me, I want to embrace my culture, but so sibetshwa my options la, but I feel like we are improving, because I was looking at how people were embracing the content yemakaya during festive. We were doing reels, we were doing vlogs, shooting kuku. So kancane bayakhumbuzeka nedi isikhathi abakhumbuzeka ngaso sincane, because they're only reminded of who they are during festive when they go
home.
When they're in the city, ilimu liyakhamba. So ke sifuna ukukulumisana ngesingisi kodwa siphume endaweni eone.
Sure. But I mean khuluma ngendaba esingisi. There's a thing around even Ndebele. Whenever Ndebeles come together, it raises this problem that our language is actually going down. What do you think is the cause?
Sinenhliziyo ezisekhulu, sifuna uku-accommodate abantu. Ngiyafika ukhuluma iSpedi, ngiyasazi iSpedi ngoba nginabomakhelwane bamapedi ekhaya. Ngizokufuna ukukhulumisa ngeSpedi. Sibekshwa ngilokho, and
so what, we compromise?
Exactly. So it's a matter of being selfish like other kingdoms, and just say mina ngizokhuluma isiNdebele ngisho ngizwe. So ngasizwana wena nongiphendula ngizokuzwa na mina ngikuphendula ngosokuzwana. Let's just proceed that way. Sinenhliziyo ezisekhulu. Naso
nice people.
Very nice. Yeah. Okay. So but what needs to be done to actually now to say, okay, it's like when you content yango December, natenda makude, nenda macha and then now how do you make it consistent? How do we bring it to Joburg, so that people can relate that this guy is Ndebele. Yes, I've got a painting on my wall. and I've got but how else do we now get more young people interested, whether you go to Red Hill, or you go to Saint what, but never lose yourself as it doesn't have to be Ndebele only. I mean, I remember growing up, there was obviously, December, you have people obviously coming down, and you hear parents saying, oh, there was one that said her kids only speak English and French.
Okay.
And it was like a thing. Now we've got grandmothers who don't know how to even speak to this
Hey,
grandchild.
What? Come here.
Come here, Papa.
Come.
Well, just making sure that you don't lose your roots. Nano muse Joburg is nengi.
Yeah.
There are like lots of places that we get to attend for fun. And if you are someone who wants to showcase, I'm still rooted. It's just that Miss Ndebele because you have to try it through the fashion world. We have Ndebele superhero. Ndebele superhero sikidingo sokuthi akhulumele isiNdebele kodwa ngembatho lakhe you'll see ukuthi lo lindebele azizisa.
Yeah.
And indlela
superhero mele simthole for heritage man.
Indlela ziningi akusikuthi into leyo mdele uyiveze na usekhaya kuphela. If you feel like when speaking isiNdebele full time when you are with your fellow black brother kuyakubhalela just do something different that will ensure that on a weekly basis you just put it out there. No, Mina, actually I'm petty, and this is what I do for you guys to remember that I'm petty. I would nangihlale 10 mdele ngikhohle ukuthi kikijwali buya home.
Ujwali buya home. No, kuyarukwa weshu. All right, but also then how do we then preserve this culture? How do we, like for example, if you look at Ndebele culture, even in Nasispedesi, they have Thobela FM.
Yeah.
Ndebeles have Ikwekwezi, that Xhosas have Mhlobo Wenene.
But I mean, SABC has from I think all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Which is great.
Yeah.
But also there's now talks because it's money to keep these stations running, and advertisers
and
also
no
are not.
Or it's reduced.
Yeah, but there is listenership. And the funny thing is, I've had people.
But in the places, and it goes back to your thing,
Yeah.
if people are not listening to the language anymore or
Yeah.
not speaking it, that's why the listenership will go down.
Absolutely.
Because the age community can only listen to a certain degree,
But also what I find interesting, especially when I got to Joburg, right? And I met people who are not Ndebele, who are like Zulu, but they'll tell me, oh, Ndebele, oh, Kwekwezi.
Yeah,
and they listen
become
to
that
it.
brand.
But also they listen. They listen to the station because of its content. Because there used to be a show at night. So and so used to speak to and even though you're Xhosa, but you're listening to Isindebele, and they listen to it with so much sort of fascination and keen interest. So I think there is a place for even for cross-cultural, sort of
cross-pollination.
Exactly, So masesivala uthi senzeni ngamasiko.
Ziningi indlela of preserving culture, honestly, like you said, but it's a matter of evolving because we siphila emhlabeni namhlanje ngekufane nakusasa. So it's a matter of ensuring that you stick to trends. Uyabona ukuthi audience yakho ithanda into enje, then just ensure that you give them what they want. Ngoba akusafani nakade thina savuka ebusuku sokuvulela iFM silalela istory idrama, you understand? We'd rather see you act mhlambe theater or a TV. Asafani nabogogo ukuthi sizokulalela kuphela sizwe ukuthi umuntu uya act as you see. So it's a matter of evolving. For us to preserve culture, we must keep on creating.
And also moving with the times, embracing new forms of communication. Like, for example, with you found YouTube, which is now a sort of a thing where you can showcase what you're all about. And TikTok and all these other platforms.
Evolution, just one word, evolve. You see, relax,
evolve. Those are the two.
But how do you relax and evolve?
No, Jonga, you'll evolve, but after that you relax. So evolve, and then you just relax.
And you're not gonna join TikTok because it's not your platform. But I didn't like TikTok, but I ended up joining because I was like, okay. No, okay.
You don't need to dance.
Exactly. I thought begging Gabama Java because I'm was Java, so I cannot create. Different people joined. I was like, okay, now it's a friendly platform to join, and then I went on. just like that.
Yeah.
2 months, a week was enough. 2 months was enough to reach 40,000 followers. I was like, okay,
Wow. Hey, TikTok na algorithm yakona yenye hamba pants.
Yeah.
One moment your video gets 1 million views, the next one gets 5. Like, it's the most oddest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, man, I think it's been such an information package session. I think in really understanding what a cultural preservationist is. And especially it being, I mean, this is not Esther Mahlangu who we've seen that we were like, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But we've really brought it down to, you know, you've said, I mean, you've mentioned a 23-year-old individual who is actually sharing. And I mean, if 23 now, this has been like going on for so many years. So from a teenage years up until now. And also we've talked about YouTube, right? We've spoken about doesn't mean for the fact that you're sitting, there's nothing you can do. I think there is actually, I mean, smartphones in terms of percentage. We have so many people with smartphones because maybe we're like, we don't have a phone, fine, you want. But there's smartphones, there's maybe if there's intent also, there's almost you have to put in a buck, you have to put in something. You know, I've made, you know, small monies here and there. Let me put that into buying data, doing what I need to do, post it out there. So it's about trying, it's about learning. And in all fairness, if you really want something, you can get it. Simple as that. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
You can get paid 50K at 23.
Absolutely. Per month.
And
Agumand.
Okay, cool.
I hope then people do their taxes after that, but that's a story for But anyway, that's besides the point. We don't want people on the other side of stars.
Of course.
So we have to still camaraderie after about personal brands actually being good with the tax man.
Yeah.
But yeah, to close it off.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it wouldn't be the Pattern Brands podcast if you don't play the Pattern Brands quiz. Yeah.
So I hope you're ready. We have 5 questions.
Yes. Test your knowledge.
And what we do, our tradition here is that if you get it right, you get a pat, and if you get it wrong, you get a slap.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not just. I want to speak Ndebele for 2 seconds there, but okay, that's not going to work out. But yes, Pat, first question.
Aha.
And ungakopi.
Okay, cool. KFC, Streetwise 2. Yes, no, maybe. Is that your thing?
That's my thing.
Every now and then?
No, not every now and then. Once
a year.
Isafana loka phela. Isafana lokho isa package wange take away le mhlophe ibhale. Stickers move.
It's good.
So it's changed.
It's changed.
Modern is evolved.
Yeah, I like that. When was it founded? Which year? Was it 1930, 1890, or 1920?
Yes.
1930.
Yeah.
Are you going with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a pat.
You get a pat. Question number 2. As a YouTuber, when was YouTube created? Was it in 2007, 2003, or 2005? Let's see. Yeah.
Lessons are konimali.
Yes.
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
Not 2003, not 2007. 2005.
Yeah, 2005.
Okay, maybe I do.
Hey, you know your boss. You know who's
Your
boss.
employer.
Your employer.
Well, that's good. You
get a pat.
So you've got 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
The brand Makosa. Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Makosa, sorry. I apologize. To the Xhosa nation.
Yes, as you should.
Before, in Daibaka. Who's the founder of the brand Makosa? Is it Mkhenge Matikizela? Is it Sobukwe Ndungane? Or is it Latuma Ngokolo? Hey, yes. I was going to be taken aback if you didn't know this one.
Out of 5.
Yeah.
Still within our guest spectrum,
Yes.
which BMW model did Esther Mahlangu paint? Was it a BMW 325? Was it a BMW 1 Series? Or was it a BMW 525i?
525i.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, yes, I love you.
4 out of 5.
Coming to SA also. So.
Wow. Okay.
When is it coming?
From 14 Feb until August in Isigo Museum in Cape Town.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
It had to leave Europe to go to Europe.
Okay, last question, Pat.
I mean, no, I'm taking it back.
Okay.
It's not even going to Ndebele.
Yeah, it's going to Cape Town.
So we must fly down
Yes,
to
to
Cape
go
Town
see.
to go see.
Angelo, you didn't do it here.
What do you mean?
You didn't paint it here. So you didn't own it. That's why she's a cultural preservationist. It's like that bag. It was Louis Vuitton. Those sachas that Mama they carry and they charged millions of rands. It's basically that. It's that they've taken culture and they've preserved it for you guys.
Sure.
But in their way.
And which is why in December I had a very interesting conversation with the renowned artist Nelson Makamu, whom also made a promise that one day he'll bless us
with his presence,
on this podcast and really talk about the business of art and the importance of ownership.
Sure.
When it comes to your art and everything. Yeah. I mean, the Porsche that he did, it's his. Yes, whenever, they want to do a showcase, they call him.
Yeah.
And probably maybe he charges to say, if you want my car to be displayed.
My art. Yeah.
Literally.
To come through.
To come through, it's on my own terms. Yeah. So imagine if Ukoko owned the 525i. Like it's not going to even touch ground where she comes from. I think BMW can do better.
BMW even was it not the last time with the billboards?
Yeah, the billboards. They always sort of
something, man.
Yeah, but it can. How can you say? Okay, yes, it's coming to South Africa, but it's going to Cape Town.
Europe,
mini Europe. When the people of up north,
but I mean,
not even Pretoria. I mean, Pretoria. There's a strong constituent of actually, I think. Roslyn, where they make the BMW,
the factory.
The factory, 3 cities. Uti shy to spin. Uti shaba seke to wazani zobona. Okay, BMW.
It's fine.
Last question. This actually is coming out of my. It's not even
on there. Okay.
On the script.
Okay.
On the script. You said you follow the Yobas, ne?
Yeah, I do.
Which brand won the top apparel in 2022?
22.
Yeah. When we started.
Okay.
I'll give you 3 options.
Okay.
It's 3 options. Obviously, one of them is correct.
Okay.
Ne? Was it Skinny's Boo? Was it Telpo? Was it Galaxy Boy? In 2022, which brand won the top apparel youth-owned brand?
5
out of 5! Boo, 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 boo!
Is she the first to get a 5 out of 5?
This year. I think we've had before, but I think
you know your brands,
we're gonna actually have to have like a score card thing happening.
Yeah, actually, one guest suggested that we need to have a scorecards. So starting this year from episode 50, going forward,
we're gonna have
a scoreboard.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Well done. So how do people get in touch with you if they wanna, keep up with the evolution of culture, particularly when it comes to SK to Ndebele?
Yeah, kulu just saying kona kulu on the Red App, YouTube at Audrey Kozwana. Also on TikTok, my handle is at AK Poetry Sessions. All the remaining platforms is at Audrey Kozwana. Okay, Instagram. I'm no longer on Twitter. I had to just take a break from it. Even Facebook at Audrey Kozwana.
Audrey Kozwana. Kozwana. Aye, man. So manje, as we as your wish brand. I mean, there's marketers who are watching this episode, who are going to watch this podcast, or people in the space. Ideally, which brand would you like to work with, to partner up with?
Top two, it has to be, is it probably South African?
Okay.
And also,
actually, I'm gonna see the CMO tonight. I might as well throw anything.
The Pens Up Language Board. Those top two.
Wow.
Yeah, because I feel like they'll contribute a lot when it comes to all the initiatives that I've done already, and also the ones that I'm gonna do in future. Wow. Something that is related to the originality of South Africa, and also an organization that promotes multilingualism, including Miss Ndebele ngaphakathi.
Sure, interesting. I mean, it's possible, don't you think?
I think so too.
So we just need to position you nicely in front of the relevant people. Then, those brands are easy to work with. Come on, proudly SA. Give the girl a call. She's doing great things in promoting everything that is South Africa. She's got millions of views on YouTube, promoting South African culture. So I mean, come on, it only makes sense.
Yeah,
it only makes sense. But thank you, a great spot. Thank you for making the time and honoring the invite. And hope a year from now, actually, you'd come back and you'd say you've worked with proudly South African, and you've worked with the pencil board.
Yeah, from myself, guys, it is a good day, good night, good morning, wherever you are and whenever you're listening to us. Have a good one.
From me, some call me Master Pet. Yes, they do. I actually have a degree to prove it.
Sorry.
I actually have a degree to prove it.
Okay.
Yeah. Please. I can give you my names.
No. Wow. That is.
I can
stop. Shinjanga wena Makamu.
No. Thokozani Patrick Mhlanga.
What? Okay, please, Valelisa, the audience.
Yeah, from us, don't forget to subscribe, please. It's very important. We're on a mission right now.
And what we learned, because I watched her vlogs, is that ninga skipama ed ifakon.
Yeah, if you skip the ads, it means you don't get paid. Then you can't pay tabang. We can't buy a better camera that's gonna
director.
And so please, guys, do subscribe. We want to get to 1,000 by the end of Feb. So it's very important that you have.
So road to 1,000.
Yeah, hey. And what is nice about this when Mpumi Vundla. Yes, Mavi.
Yo.
Yeah. Is that we are running our own race.
Yeah.
We are running our own race, so we're not comparing it with the 90,000 of this world. We just so 1,000. Yeah,
please.
And this year's Pacer. So please do subscribe. It will mean a lot to us. And of course, on the 7th of Feb, that's if this episode is going to drop before then, we are having an event. We're having the Pattern Brands Dialogues at Workshop 17 in Sandton. We'll be talking about all things AI and marketing. And this dialogue is sponsored by Brave Group. The Brave Group. So we're going to have the CEO of, the group CEO rather, of Brave Group, Musa Kalenga, who will be joined by the AI director of Brave Group, and you also have Nontlanhla Hamese from Sanlam. So they did an amazing campaign using AI. So if you want to learn from some of the best minds in the industry, people that are walking the journey, so that's the space to be. Tickets are available on the Pattern Brands website, patternbrands.com. So please do get your tickets, and we're going to have a blast. And from me, Masangi Vala. Tawang is doing this. He's saying,
yeah.
Mahlangu demande kanzunza amathanga mahla fanele. Yeah.
And before actually we close, and whilst we close off, we're gonna have a little bit of poetry something from our lovely guest.
Yeah.
So enjoy.
Ooh, change. Wena siphala sawabo. Asiye.
Hinkwenyama koso Ndebele abeswa bakapondo babonwa nguwe ewabaleka nokutsunya komnyamane waphuma waphambana nelanga lisayokuchinga wathi phumalanga sikothe kade sikothela emafini wayokhohlomisela ngeholweni konomthahelo lapho wafika wahloma khona impande zakoNdebele athi ngiyayibona ipurnaga yekhethu ivunule isikhethu iphethe umkhondo ijame esiqongolweni sendaba ayilali naga.
Everybody.
There does. Ayilali naga.